Okay, so there's this dorm room that I lived across from this year that was affectionately entitled Orgy Dorm. You can imagine why. It's a double and an all-male dorm. 4 people constantly lived there, and there is usually 8 to 12 people in a night, any given night. Co-ed. Sometimes they just leave their door open, or like when they're not having, you know what is sex. They're like watching loud movies or playing loud video games. So no matter what, I'm hearing either cum shots or gunshots from their room, and it's not okay. I don't want to be walking into my door and like just see a bunch of topless people. Like, I have to be ready for that, man. You can't just spring that on someone. So I'm moving out, and Orgy Dorm is moving out, and their door is open, and I see this paddle, a spanking paddle, with their parent frat or sorority emblazoned into it as like the speed holes. I'm thinking, oh, so that's what the thwapping followed by yelping was. So this is funny. So I start like sharing it around with my friends, and we all laugh, and it's just like, oh, that's Orgy Dorm. Until I made the mistake of sharing it with one person in particular, a local frat apologist, my ex-girlfriend. Now, do I think all frats are bad? No, there's one good one, but for the most part, frats are kinda cults, along with sororities. Frats really worry me, because it's a bunch of white guys who kind of look like each other and have similar names, and probably have like 3 guys named Michael, and they're not doing improv, so who knows what they're doing. The fact that they're not in like some little jamboree called Grandma's Soup, who occasionally puts on like funny shows, that's kind of worrying, right? Like, without improv to ground them into the dirt as the pathetic beings that they are, they're just free to go wild, and go wild they do. Do you know how many frat-related deaths there are a year? I don't have the figures on hand. It's 1 a.m. and I'm screaming outside my house. And like the hazing, like frat hazing, they had a spanking rod emblazoned with their, like, chemical symbol, I guess? Like the 3 Greek letters or whatever? I don't know what to call that. Like, for thwapping newbies. So it both has the speed and the means to emblazon the frat's logo onto their ass. So yeah, I send the paddle image to my ex-girlfriend, and I say, look what I found in Orgy Dorm's room. And she says, oh no, you don't understand. Like hell I don't understand. I heard the yelp pattern while I was studying for my English finals. I was writing a paper, clickety clack, making sure I had my citations in MLA format, while someone's derriere was being pounded by 5 pounds of solid, varnished oak. Don't tell me what I misunderstand. So she says, oh no, it's a pass down, it's a hand-me-down, a little relic that sororities give to their littles to decorate. What did you just say to me? Littles? What's that? I can imagine what that is, but please, enlighten me. You haven't heard that term before? Really? No, I don't deal with cults all the time, so I don't really learn the lingo. Yeah, what rock do I live under? You dated me. You know I have an actively growing Beyblade collection. Do you think any frat ever talk to me? Okay, that's a lie. One honors frat talked to me, but it's an honors frat. It's not a real frat. It's like an academic decathlon club. So she says, like, oh, if you don't like littles, that's literally the only name they have for them. Like, they don't call them anything else. What else would you call them? I don't know. Off the top of my head, initiates, newbies, fledglings, freshmen, literally anything else that isn't a term in the furry community and beyond to refer to someone who puts themselves in diapers and acts like a child under a role-playing caretaker. Probably not that. I would call them not that. She's making it seem like this like fun little romp. Nothing where they call someone a little is a fun little romp. Nothing involving Greek characters is a fun little romp. Did you ever like, I don't know, read the Odyssey? Did you ever read the Iliad? Have you looked at any Greek mythology? Percy Jackson. Apparently the frat that was emblazoned onto the thwappy paddle, the thwappy ass paddle. Oh, she said, oh, that's one of the worst frats, which is a terrifying sentence because it's adjective, noun, that embodies that adjective. It's like hearing the sentence racist Nazi. It's not okay. And she brings up the club comparison. It's just a club. It's just a bunch of similar people doing similar things like a club. And then they pick out other people with their similar interests to be in it. Oh yeah, that is a club. Like it's like that club in that movie Midsommar. No, a club is I don't know, a bunch of people playing Quidditch or Yu-Gi-Oh or like talking about plants. A club is not an organization. At the beginning of every year, I see troves of people walking down in identical tuxes and identical white dresses, like it's a horror movie, like it's Stephen King has come into my college campus town and started writing about, I don't know, like some psychic college community that are also vampires, maybe interdimensional time aliens, I don't know, whatever Stephen King wants to write. Look, I'm saying that if you see a large group of similar looking white people and they are not singing a cappella or doing a really questionable improvised sketch, give them a pitch, uh, give them a prompt. If they don't follow, just run.